A warm welcome to all of you to this training program. You are attending the first training to get the title of Green Ambassador of the CSI. Ambassador is a person representing one country or organization in another place. You are going to be the ambassador of CSI Synod, Department of Ecological Concerns in your area. Kaushik, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. You're audible.
A green ambassador of the CSI should communicate the green ideas to the local community. You should know the vision of the CSI Synod in starting a Department of Ecological Concerns. You should be aware of what Bible says in protecting the integrity of the creation. You should be able to communicate the impacts of global warming to the congregations, schools, and any groups. Motivate and inspire the church members, students, and others to practice green protocol, mitigation and adaptation, or climate resilient communities. I am getting phone calls from all over South India from various people requesting the certificate of Green Ambassador of the CSI. They want to attend 3 days training program. The people requested for the certificate understood the value of this certificate. The CSI Synod is giving the certificate. Hence, this can be produced as an additional qualification in admission, appointments, and promotions. CSI institution will definitely consider it also. Hence, we will not give the certificate to those who have joined for certificate only. Hence, we have made some restrictions. The participants have a good ecological background. We have been conducting ecological awareness and eco-theological classes online for the last 2 years. We will assess your participation in these classes. We have records for that. We have conducted a physical meeting at Ketty CSI Engineering College. They are eligible to attend these training programs. Your participation in the 3 days, 18th, 19th, and 21st, will be assessed. The third day is the 21st. There will be an online test also. Then you are eligible for the Green Ambassadors of the CSI 2023. If you attend the classes in 2023, the Synod will issue the Green Ambassadors of CSI in December 2023. That means you are getting a certificate for 1 year only. If you are practicing Green Ambassadors in your area, we will give a permanent certificate only at the end of December, end of 2023. There are 3 types of leaders. Good leaders have a vision. Better leaders share a vision. Best leaders invite others to join them in spreading this vision. Jesus is the best leader. Our training programs are to make you the best leaders. Green ambassadors are the best leaders. This type of second training is on the second week of December at Hyderabad. December. If they fulfill the above criteria, they will be eligible for Green Ambassadors of the CSI 2023. So we are conducting a training program like Ketty training program at Hyderabad, Secunderabad, the CSI Diocesan Office also on 3rd and 4th. After that, we are again conducting a training program to accommodate, to give the title, the Green Ambassadors of the CSI. CSI clergy, teachers, laity, and students are eligible for the Green Ambassadors of the CSI. Today's speaker is Professor Umman Varghese. He was teaching English to speakers of other languages, taught English in Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, UAE, UK for over 40 years. He held various positions: assistant professor, or Safia College, Bhopal, Education Officer, Ministry of Nigeria, tutor in ruling family of UAE, head of the Department of English and Science Technology, IU. He is a senior lecturer in communicative English in Kerala State Civil Service Academy. He is a resource person for the Directorate of Higher Secondary Education in Kerala. He is a teacher trainer, English language trainer for Trinity College London also. So those who are participating in this training program, there are two conditions. One, they should join the program throughout with open video. Then only we will give the certificate to them. The second condition is your name should be correctly written. We have to check with your past records. So your name should be correctly written. So with open video, you should join and your name should be correctly written. A warm welcome to all of you. Over to Professor Oommen Varghese.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. And it's indeed a privilege for me to be with you this evening to talk to you, some of the selected and chosen ones who are privileged to listen to me through the media. And I'm greatly honored to be here this evening, particularly to attend those students who are very much interested in developing the green side of the earth. And by virtue of that, I think you'll be called the Green Ambassadors, a name rightly chosen by the organizer. And I appreciate it. And no other church is behind you or before you. You are the only one. I appreciate the Church of South India for the great and momentous decision you have taken at a time when the country is very much in need of green protocol. A wise decision. I mean, that is the reason why Christianity is still living and still clicking, because we always think ahead of our times. We think ahead because we have the chosen people at the right time, at the right moment, in the right position. Well, appreciate it. Nothing more would I like to say about it, but greatly, I'm sure that all of those who are listening to me will pay at least a share of your time and resources to the well-being of the planet we live on. I appreciate no other church in the world has come so forcefully to sponsor or even take care of the planet they live on. It is indeed a great privilege for me to be a part of this great event, and I congratulate and hats off to the Church of South India. And the Green Protocol is the right name given to you. And it has three aspects. I will just analyze one by one. It is not a lecture. I am not a lecturer. I am only a teacher. I've been in this field for quite some time, teaching students who speak many languages. So I hope that you will continue to stay with us with your video and audio on, as the chairman of this meeting requested you. So we have three commitments to go on with as future Christian leaders, because almost our era is coming to an end, and you will be taking over from us. The baton is being handed over to the next generation, and you have a lot more responsibility other than simply being a member of the Christian community the world over. The first commitment you must have is a social commitment. You have a social commitment. Whatever we do, unlike other religions, unlike other associations, unlike other communities, we have a community, we have a protocol, I must say, that we should take care of the society as a whole. So that emphasizes the social commitment. Second is ecological awareness. It's not enough that you always pray for your soul and you are least bothered about the surroundings that you live in, or you are not concerned about what's happening to the nature around you, that doesn't sound well. So the second focus of the church, particularly Church of South India, falls on the ecological awareness. I mean, you should take care of the surroundings in which you live. God has given you, I mean, a beautiful world, but how careful are you? Could you please, somebody is keeping their audio on, please, because it is, I'm using earphone, it is blaring right into my ears, please.
Sir, you are unmuted. Unmute, please.
Okay, sir. I hope it is clear.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the break. So the second is the ecological awareness. Ecological awareness means we must have a responsibility, not only the church we belong to, but also a commitment to the community or the surroundings we belong to. That's part of our existence. I think Christianity is laying emphasis on it, and Christianity is well ahead of rest of the religions when it comes to taking care of nature. The ecological awareness, that's important. It's not enough that you take care of your home or keep your surroundings clean, but you have to take care of the surroundings and a little more than that, so that we can make the living place a better place on earth. So social commitment, and second is ecological commitment, and third is, I think that's the Christian commitment. Yeah, as Christians, we have a collective responsibility. It's not enough that you salvage your soul and go to heaven. You have to take care of the rest of the people traveling with you and make sure they also get to the destination. So these three commitments: social commitment, ecological commitment, and the Christian values. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
See, we will eliminate such people.
Yeah.
You have to mute it. If you are unmuting, we will eliminate such people from this session. First warning.
Okay. Please, this is something, sometimes it happens without being noticed, so make sure, unless you want to talk to me or talk to the coordinator, don't switch on your audio. Keep watching, make sure that you attend the program, sit through the program and listen, and let's see how best we can get out of it. I must appreciate the Church of South India, particularly. They are well ahead of the rest of their counterparts, particularly in promoting values that affect human beings. It's CSI Church is definitely a harbinger of, or I should say, a game changer in this field. And it's the first time I was wonderstruck when I was contacted by Dr. Matthew Koshi. I was wonderstruck how serious the church is about the green protocol, the green side of the earth. Well, we always talk about the life after this, probably salvation, etc. But nobody talks about the life on earth. And this is where exactly making your life even more beautiful. Okay, so it is this, it is not an overstatement that the Church of South India is a pioneer, as it has always been in introducing socially useful program. After all, it should benefit the society. It should benefit the members of the church. And CSI Church has always a pioneer in this field. And as we already know, the purpose of life is to make a purposeful life. The purpose of life is to make a purposeful life. That's exactly the church is very much bent on doing. And I consider this opportunity as a great privilege for me, accorded to me, and I take it in all its seriousness. And I appreciate the way you have received and the way you conduct this program with all its seriousness. And I must add that you are always, the CSA Church in India is always one step ahead of their counterparts. And it's not possible to say a few words without mentioning a few people who have been behind this program or who are working day in and day out to make this program a successful one and a useful one. And those who have organized the programs, they have amassed their technical, material, and financial, and above all the spiritual support with all the participants around. It's a great communion and appreciate. And behind every success, there is a great man. And may I request you to put your hands together to congratulate the mastermind behind this, the concept, the great ambassador concept, Dr. Matthew Koshi. Please put your hands together, at least say your hands up. He's the man behind it. And I take it as a privilege to be a part of this program. And I am here simply because that Doctor was the one who invited me. And we have had a couple of programs, I think 3 programs earlier on. And that was entirely different. And today I've been introduced to something new. In fact, I don't have any association with the green side of life, but Doctor gave me a different mantle to put on, and I am in a different robe today as an environmentalist, which I don't know how far it is true. Well, thank you, Doctor. May God bless you and continue to bless your efforts and appreciate. Okay, so हर एक वक्त एक तोहफा है, हर एक काम एक मौका है, हर एक वक्त एक मौका है, हर एक काम एक तोहफा है. So every moment is an opportunity, and every day is a present. So if you get this day, it's a present for you. And if you get a moment, it's a gift from God. And we always say, and yesterday is a canceled check, tomorrow is a promissory note, and today is the ready cash. So spend it wisely. Such kind of opportunities won't last long. This comes once in a blue moon. Make use of it. And you are fortunate. You must consider yourself fortunate to be a part of this program being conducted, organized by the Church of South India, and I appreciate their green efforts. There is a Latin phrase called carpe diem, C-A-R-P-E-D-I-E-M. Those who have pencil and pen, please write down, children. This is meant for youths, graduates, undergraduates. Carpe diem, C-A-R-P-E-D-I-E-M. Meaning, seize the day. This is your day. This is the rare opportunity brought to you by the Church of South India. And we have to bear in mind, yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, and today is the present. So the present is today. Make use of it. Okay, and I know one more quote with regard to this. So yesterday is a cancelled check when it comes to currency. Yesterday is a cancelled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note, and today is the ready cash. Spend it wisely. So you have been entrusted with a treasure. That's the earth. Make use of it, and don't spoil the beauty of it. Try to replenish it rather than exploiting it. And get ready with a book and a pen. Let's begin the program with the best verse from the Bible. Okay, now after my introduction is over, and this part of the program, I would like to discuss a few things with regard to the program. And the second one, the next one, which I am going to deliver tomorrow, will be absolutely on the steps to be taken to make this earth even greener. Okay, so today, let's say, so then we have, it's not, sometimes we cut down trees, we enjoy the nature, but not necessarily these trees or these facilities are provided or looked after by ourselves. Maybe if you are cutting down a tree, it was planted by your father or forefather. So you have to leave behind a legacy so that the next generation and the generation after the next will continue to enjoy the beauty, and they will continue to enjoy the same health and the ecological conditions as you do today. So, and the 1 Corinthians chapter 3 says, so then neither he who plants nor he who waters, but God gives the increase. Neither he who plants nor he who waters, but God gives the increase. So sometimes what you do today may not benefit you. So what you benefit today are not the product or not the results of your actions. It was planted. It was done. Maybe it is, you are fortunate to reap the harvest of those seeds sown by your predecessors or forefathers. So therefore, it is essential that you have to bear in mind that you must take care of this earth, and you must make sure that nothing untoward happens to the surroundings or environment until you leave, until you pass it on the next generation. Okay, so there's most of the words I have chosen today will be definitely related to agriculture, the green aspects of life. And the Bible has plenty of parables with regard to cultivation, nature, and other things. There are parables in the scripture comparing Christian life to agriculture, fruits, plants, and seeds. For instance, you take St. John chapter 15, verse 5 to 7. St. John chapter 15, verse 5 to 7. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruits, for without one ye can do nothing. You know, most of the quotes I have taken from King James Version. You may find it a little bit redundant and outdated, but I enjoy using those old verses. If you have KJV, you may refer to that. So, St. John chapter 15, verse 5 to 7. I am the vine, and ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruits. For without one ye can do nothing. So again, life, human life here on earth is compared to a vineyard. So much fruit is available, provided you have the right labor. And without that, or without me, and particularly there is a comparison, there is a reference to that. Without me, you can do nothing. Even in that cultivation, even in that agricultural part of it, the scripture brings in that without me, you can do nothing. No matter how powerful you are, how rich you are, how determined and effective you are helpless, or you are meaningless without me. You can do nothing without me. That is exactly the force of our religion. And that is the confidence that we get from the Bible. That's the confidence that we get from the Creator. So green protocol meaning elimination of waste generation, reduction of waste, and not only elimination, reduction as well, and grading waste, and the deposit of waste. So not only disposal of waste, but a reduction of waste. Okay, and even not only reduction, but also stop generating waste. Stop creating or producing waste. Try, if you produce waste, make sure that it must be in the minimum. And if at all it's remaining, then make sure it is disposed of properly in a scientific way. This is actually what we have to follow. So man is created from the dust and breathed in his nostrils. Man is created from the dust. So an element of dust is always there. And the Bible says, man, thou art dust, and unto dust thou shalt return. Man, you are dust, and unto dust thou shalt return. So no other words is enough to imbibe the spirit of the green protocol here. We are made out of dust, and we will return to dust. Okay, so, and finally, it is said, unto dust that thou shalt return. Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. Those who would like to note there. Genesis chapter 3, verse 19. And finally, for dust thou art, that is King James Version, and unto dust shalt thou return. Well, so that sums up. We come from the earth and we go back to the earth. That's what we have to understand. So you are only a temporary custodian for a while, holding on to the possessions you think precious for you, and it will depart just as you are. You will also depart. You are not a permanent custodian of the property you have. What you own today belonged to somebody yesterday. What you own today will belong to somebody tomorrow. But what's our responsibility? Our responsibility to keep it, maintain it, keep it in its best position, keep it in its best neatness, in the best way possible, maintain it and pass it on. You are only a custodian, temporary custodian. Okay, so incidentally, I remember the song of Jim Reeves, you know, that 4 lines, I think many of you know that. This world is not my home. This world is not my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blues. Angels beckon me from heaven's open door, and I can't feel at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know, I have no friend like you. If heaven's not my home, then Lord, what will I do? The song goes like that. So in the sense that this world is not my home. You are a traveler passing through a temporary phase of your life, and your destination is far, far, far away from here. So we have a responsibility, just like an inn, you know, in the sense that a rest place where you are on a journey and you are going to a particular place, but you need to rest for a while. And so are we all. We are here only for a short period of time, and what belongs to you may not belong to you tomorrow. So that's exactly a reminder. So it is our responsibility to keep it neat and leave a legacy for the posterity. This is what we are expected. Every Christian is expected of that. Don't think that you are the only person who enjoys this world. There are many coming after you. Millions of, and we have been on this earth for millions of years. So this particular time or this event or this green protocol, or I must say that this initiative taken by the CSI Church reminds you of the responsibility that you have a responsibility. You have something more to do. You have to do something more in order to preserve this earth for the future generation. That is our responsibility. That's our commitment. That is every Christian is ought to do. That's very essential. It's not enough that with you everything is gone. No, you are just a brick in the wall. You don't make a wall, you are just a brick in the wall. You are just a link in a chain, and many more links will come after you. So make sure when you leave behind something you have used for or maybe for a few years of time. Let it be in its perfect condition. Let it be good for the future generation as well, at least for your children and grandchildren and great grandchildren. Okay, we have many examples in the Bible. We have many such examples in the Bible. Example in the sense that Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, KJV version. Okay. For the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into far country. For the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling to a far country. You are only sojourning here. You are only for a short while. Your trip will take a long journey. You are stopping, just like we travel from Trivandrum to Calicut or some other, or Madras or Delhi. On your way, it stops at different places, and many people get on and get off. This is how we have to bear in mind. But make sure when you get off, don't take anything from here. When you come on to it, make sure you bring something and make that life, make that position or make that place even better than before. This is what is expected of every Christian. So Matthew chapter 25, verse 14, it says, for the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto him his goods. So this man is traveling, leaving the country for a short period of time, and he divided his resources. Entrusted, he had about 5 talents. He entrusted the talents to 5 different people. Unto one he gave 5 talents. To one he gave 5 talents, 5 abilities, 5 great things. To another, 2. To the second person, he gave 2. And to another, 1. So 5, 2, 1. To every man according to his several ability. That's very important. So 5, 3, 1. 5, 2, 1. To one who he got 5 because he could do a better job. Maybe he could utilize it to the best of his ability. And the second person got only 2. And the third person got only 1. To every man according to his several ability. Many people, I know people with different talents are listening to me. People from different walks of life. People with people from different age groups are listening to me. You have different capabilities. You have different abilities. And there is something we have to bear in mind, Matt. What have you made up with it? Have you made use of it? Have you multiplied it? Have you buried it? Have you shared it with others? This is a question we have to bear in mind. That we have to bear in mind that are we going to bury it so that it will remain as it is, as it was given to you at the time of leaving this place? Or the talents given to you will be put to use and you multiply it using your brains and using all your abilities, even acquired abilities. Will you be in a position to multiply it? Well, okay, to another according to his several abilities, and straightway took his journey. And the person who handed over these talents to his people went away on a long journey. And after a while, when he came back, and he that received 5 talents went and traded. He, the one you gave 5 talents, he multiplied it. He didn't sit idle. This is something you have to bear in mind. You have been given different talents, different capabilities. Some are good at maths, some are good at painting, some are good at preaching, some are good at talking, some are good at buying and selling. What are you doing with it? Are you multiplying it, or sitting over it, or burying it? That is the real thing we have to bear in mind. So then he that received 5 talents, he went out and traded with the same and made them another 5. He multiplied it because he thought that sitting idle won't be what it's meant for. I mean, your life is meant for active participation, active involvement in all those things that you think good for you. It's not enough that you have enough wealth. You're born into a rich family, your father has enough wealth, your mother is capable of looking after you. That's not enough. You have to bear in mind that what is your contribution to it. So that is, and made, so with that 5 talents, he made other 5 talents. He multiplied it. He didn't simply sit over it and rested, thinking that he didn't have to, or rather he doesn't have to work any further. So there you see a man who is capable of developing his talents, multiplying his resources, and eking out a living with whatever he had. And the second person, likewise, he that received 2, he also gained. He thought, okay, my neighbor got 5, I got 2, and with this 2, I'm going to get another 2 thing. Maybe if we have 2 acres of land, try to buy more. Okay, if we have taught 2 students, try to teach more students. It's not enough that, oh, I have worked for the month, whatever I get is enough. I don't have to work any further. Whether I work or not, I'll get my salary on the 30th of every month. That's not enough. Make sure you have the talent, and God has entrusted you with certain talents, and multiply it. Don't be a person who is, in simple parlance, I must say, don't be a burden on your parents. Be on your own. Be a helpful child. Try to develop your talents. Make sure that you deserve something more than this. Show how much you are worth. Exhibit your talents. Multiply it. And make it useful to the society you belong to and the community you live with. These things are essential. And I have read, I think, when I was doing my PG, I read a poem that says that a citizen, I think, I remember W.H. Auden's poem. And it says that that poem says that there was a man, he worked peacefully without creating any problem. He married, had a couple of children. He had a reasonable amount in his bank balance. His name did not figure in any crime records. He was respected, and he moved rather without creating any ripples in the society, and he passed away. What do you think of the man? He didn't contribute anything. But Christian life is not that. Christian life means if you have the ability, if you have the talent, you must make sure that it is useful to the people you live with and the people you live around. I mean, people who live around. Likewise, it is not enough that you have 2 talents, you multiplied or you kept it and you forgot it. Then finally, there is a third man who received 1 talent. He buried it somewhere. But after a while, he got the same. So there are 3 kinds of people. That's important. One who is laborious, one who is capable of multiplying his talents. How many of you listening to me now are capable of multiplying, refining, enriching your talents? You must be like the first man who multiplied the 5 talents into another 5, making it a total of 10. At least you could be the second person with the 2 talents, developing it or even increasing it to another 2, making the total 4. And never be like the other man who buried his only talent. And that when he received his master, he said, Master, here is the talent you gave me. I'm returning it. And he is the most worthless man, I must say. Okay. And I mean, the Bible further says, and cast the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place, there will be weeping and gnashing. Those who bury their talents will definitely, they have nothing more to contribute to this world. Nothing more. They are lazy people. They are a burden. They're a burden not only on the society, even burden on the earth as well. Okay. So every man is expected to make use of his or her talent. Every opportunity. I don't know how many of you think of that. People think of relaxing, taking care of themselves without bothering much. That's not enough. That's not a Christian life. A Christian life indicates sharing, caring, and improving. Not only sharing, caring, and improving. And it is for that reason that we enjoy all the facilities that you have. I mean, what all you enjoy is not created by you. It is created by somebody before you or some people around you. You may have one or two things, but you cannot buy everything. So opportunities will knock at your door only once. So make use of every opportunity. If you are a student, be the best student. If you are a farmer, be the best farmer. If you are a trader, be the best trader. If you are a scientist, be the best scientist. Okay, so you know, Julius, I don't know how, maybe some of you have studied Julius Caesar by Shakespeare. And Brutus to Cassius, he says, never think that you will be the same, you will have the same health, wealth, and everything throughout your life. So there is a tide in the affairs of men. There's a tide in the affairs of men. So the safety or the care you enjoy now from your parents will not remain with you for long. You may have riches, you may have a bike, you may have access to something really beautiful in life, but those things won't last long, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune omitted. The voyage of their life is bound in shallows and misery. And all those things that you think are precious, valuable, and you just enjoy, you don't work for it, you will enjoy only for a short time. Your parents won't be with you for long. Your partner won't be with you for long. Your children won't be with you for long. Your parents won't be with you for long. So be reminded that all the facilities that you enjoy today is temporary. It's not permanent. And make best use of it. So you have a responsibility of handing over the earth the way you received it. Don't exploit it. Don't mismanage it. Make sure that there's a generation coming after you. This is the green protocol, I must say. So you enjoy what you have without destroying the environment. Okay, and the other three lines are equally beautiful in Julius Caesar. On such a full sea are we afloat, and we must take the current when it serves or lose our venture. So when time is ripe, do the best. But now, I think those who are listening to me, youngsters, make sure you make best use of the time. Don't be carried away by the whims and the fancies of life. It is those things that attract you are momentary. It won't last for long. What you do to your land, to your family, to the church, to the society will remain. with you. So the purpose of Green Protocol by the Church of South India is prepare responsible, inventive, and productive green ambassadors. And I appreciate this great initiative by Dr. And no other church has taken this seriously. And we have to go a long way and make a positive difference. This is the time to act. And you will be, you will develop Christian values and you will have a mission in this world. It's not just like a passerby seeing your fleeting time and watching things and moving on like in an exhibition, theater. You just observe certain things and move on. You have nothing to contribute there. But Christian church does not imply that. It says that make your life meaningful. Make your life useful. And also leave behind something for the future generation. That's the purpose of it. Our mission is to produce. And the Green Protocol is to produce men of steel, men of vision, and women of substance. Men of steel, men of vision, and women of substance. Okay, now I have given you some kind of a preaching so far, but hereafter, from maybe for the next probably half an hour, I will dedicate to a second part of my lecture, because the first one I have decided to enlighten you on the importance of going green, and in the second session, probably I will give you some creative suggestions so that you can work on it. That's exactly more important than the first one. So, how to prepare yourself for life? Our life, we always, almost all religions talk about life as a journey, maybe observing certain rites and rituals, okay, praying all the time, enjoying the fruits, and then leaving behind something, probably nothing, and moving on to the next phase of life. That's not exactly a Christian, or probably a green Christian, I must say, a Christian who has such an ideology in his mind. You must, first of all, you must set a goal. What exactly the purpose of your existence in this world? You are here only for a short time, maybe 60, 70, or 80, or even 90 years at the most. So you must have a destiny. You must set a goal. Setting a goal is important. When you work, when you study, when you join a course, you set a goal. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a doctor. I want to do something today without leaving anything tomorrow. So you have a definite pattern or definite strategy every day. So you set a goal first. And second, you set a timetable or a roadmap or a plan. When you have set a goal, you must know how to go about it. How to go about it. When, how much, who should you go with? All these things are important. And you can never postpone it. Those things that you want to do today, you must do it today. It should not be postponed for tomorrow. So every moment, every day counts. Hindi mein, kal kare to aaj kare to ab kar. When you want to do something tomorrow, do it today. When you want to do something today, do it now. Okay? That is, there must be a timetable, I must say, a roadmap or a plan. And the third aspect is follow it up every day. This is something not possible with many of us. We always take a decision, we always take a vow that we will do something, but unfortunately, we don't follow it up, we don't continue with that. So make sure you follow it up one by one. And number 4, assess your progress and achievements. It's not only that you do the same routine job every day, and the next one, the next step should be, you must assess yourself. How far have I completed? How much is remaining? Has it been of any use to me? Okay, from time to time. An appraisal is essential. And sometimes life becomes monotonous. No matter how hard you try, you may not get the expected results. So this is something you have to change. So it reminds you that you have to change your strategy. You have to change your method. So assess your progress and achievement from time to time. That's very essential. The next is, and sometimes, you work for some time, then you relax, then you forget, then laziness creeps into you. And there should not be any let up in your efforts. There should not be any let up in your efforts. In the sense that don't take everything, take it for granted, I can do it. But make sure you do your work properly, with all its seriousness, in time, and to the best of your ability. Okay, so there should not be any let up in your efforts. I don't know why not many people are, even when I talk about Kerala and other places, not many Christians are coming to the fore. I mean, not many are, unlike the previous year or previous decade. We used to have good Christians in key positions, and today most of them are taking their certificates and flying off to United States, Canada, Australia, and other places. Let me just remind you, I'm not you are going to overseas for further education. It's good, but make sure you come back. Make sure you come back, because this is our land. No matter who you are, no matter how rich you are still an immigrant in a foreign country. So make sure you go and get the best education there and come back to your land. This is our country. This is our motherland. Come back to this country with the education, with the resources you have. Try to help the people around you. At least a little of that, your knowledge, your resources, and all other things that you enjoy. Make sure that your neighbors, people who are less fortunate, or people who don't have education, people who don't have the required amount of facilities, please try to share with that. We always pray to God, oh, thank you, God, for having given me this. Thank you, God, for having made my program successful. Thank you for taking my daughter or my son to the other university, and he is successful. He got married and he has got a pretty good salary as well, employed properly. Well, remember, you are only one of the fortunate ones. Think of the 90% of the people who don't have even a square meal a day. So this is something, this is what we call the Christian responsibility. So make sure, those who are listening to me, I'm not against your going abroad. In fact, I studied abroad. That's another thing. But make sure you come back. Come back to India. Look after your parents. And use your knowledge and use your resources to the welfare of your country and the people you have been with. It's a crime if it is not so. Well, you can think over it. I'm not talking to people who are illiterate, people who are recently qualified. I mean, reasonably qualified. Okay, so please. Number 4, assess your progress and achievement from time to time. Make sure you assess your progress. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you may not progress. You may not achieve anything. And there are many parables in the Bible that, fishermen have been laboring overnight, but they got nothing. But when Jesus appeared and asked them to cast their net on the right side of the ship. It was plentiful. They couldn't even draw their net. It was so full of fish that they found it extremely difficult to get. So there's a tide in the affairs of men. Make sure you use the tide when your parents are alive, when you have the reasonable economic status with you, when you have people around you to help. Make use of your talents. And I know most of the people listening to me are under 30 or are even under 25. So this is the message. Don't be carried away by the momentary pleasures of life. Make sure you use the time, resources to the best of your ability, and let it be useful to your parents. Let it be useful to the society where you were born and of which you are a part. Okay? And avail of every opportunity. Every opportunity. Never let it go by, so that you don't have to regret. Never regret. When you get the opportunity, make use of it to the best of your ability. And the seventh one, this green protocol says that develop a passion for something. This is important. Develop a passion. I want to be this man. I want to do this. You must have a dream. If you don't have a dream, you are not worth living. You must have a passion, a desire to do great things. Okay? That's important. That passion, that kind of a desire, that urge in you must be there. If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a farmer, if you want to be a businessman, make sure that continue to work on it. Make sure you put in your best and meet the right people and apprise yourself. Am I in tune with the development, or am I out of track? So these things are essential. You must have a dream, okay? And you must have a passion. Many people, sometimes when I ask students, well, I don't know, everybody is going to Canada, many are going to America, some are going to UK, some others are going to Australia. That's a dream. But what are you here for in this world? That's not enough. It's not enough that you have taken care of your own self. Make sure the people you are leaving behind. Make sure the parents living here. Make sure the neighbors and the less fortunate people who are not fortunate enough to have the education you have. So you must make sure that the best use of your opportunity. And I must request you that after education, you must make sure you come back to India, because you will have better education, better awareness, better vision, better thinking, and better capability, and you will be a success in your own area, chosen area, no matter what you choose. So develop a passion for something, maybe agriculture, be the best agriculture. Maybe a teacher, be the best teacher. Maybe an engineer, be the best engineer. Maybe a doctor, don't be greedy, be the best doctor. Okay, so whatever you choose, make sure you are the best in that field and that profession. Okay, and that is develop a passion for something. The next is make friends with good people. A bad company can spoil your aims. All your life will be in shallows and miseries if you don't have the right friendship. When you are interested in learning something, or when you are about to enter a classroom for a session, your friends might say, come on, yeah, let's go and have fun there, have a cup of tea. That's not enough. So develop a passion for something. You must have an aim. What are you here for? Not because that somebody else has forced you, not because that your mother has told you to do so, not because your father has given you this opportunity. You must do it because something within you is forcing you to do it. You find it out. So develop a passion for something. That passion is important. A strong desire is important. If you want to be, I mean, I remember, I know when I was a student, there was a person, I mean, I studied mostly, I spent my time in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. And when I went to his room, so right in front of his study table, there was a piece of paper stuck, pasted on the wall. That is his ambition. I want to be a doctor. A doctor. So every time when he gets up, he sits at the table, when he looks up, he will say, I want to be a doctor. And believe me, he became a doctor. Because a constant reminder. It's not enough that your parents are rich. You have a good social background. You are amply rich, maybe. But after some time, all these things will disappear. When you are on your own, without your parents, without the wealth you have today, if you become only a user, you won't remain. Things won't be the same every day. So you must develop a passion for something, a positive thing, something that is useful to you and useful to the people you live with, the society in which you are born. Okay, and the next one is, if you want to be productive, if you want to be a good person, you must have good company. Make friends with good people. This is the problem nowadays. It's very difficult to get a true friend. A true friend means a friend from whom you can benefit. You can follow certain qualities, or for a friend who can help you in times of your need. So this is very much important. Make friends with good people. Don't make friends with bad people. All your things, all your talents, all your efforts will be down the drain. It will not stay with you. So choosing your friends, that will definitely influence and mold your career, mold your life, mold everything you fashion today. So a lot depends on the people you move around with. Don't be carried away by them. Then number 9, I must say, in order to have a purposeful life, you must read the Bible daily for the spiritual recharging. You must read the Bible. I don't know how many of you read. There are bilingual Bible available. I know there are many people who listen to me don't speak my mother tongue. There are people who speak Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, and the other languages, Tamil, etc. So when you read the Tamil version, please make sure you read the English version as well, so that you'll be conversant with both the languages. One verse a day, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Similarly, a verse a day will make you the best person in the world. Just one verse is enough. Okay, one verse, in the sense that how is it constructed? What is the type of language that is used? What does it refer to? Or can you make use of these words and phrases in your day-to-day conversation and day-to-day living? Try to use it. A verse a day, just like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. A verse a day will definitely enrich your life. Not only that, you will obtain what you want to be. Then read the Bible daily for spiritual recharging. I don't know how many of you read Bible. So we hardly get time. The moment sometimes we get up, we are late for the school bus or for the college, and we rush. But that shouldn't happen. So nowadays you can read, even you can use your earphone and listen to the verses, even if you are on a bus to your school. Okay, a spiritual, recharging is essentially spiritual recharging, because we always think of the worldly pleasures, but the spiritual recharging is very much essential. Develop a reading habit. Make sure you read. Develop a reading habit. Read the Bible. Read books that are related to your chosen, discipline, but make sure that you do read books. Do read important books in the sense that something that you can benefit from. And then the next point is involve yourself in group activities. Involve yourself in group activities. Don't be all alone. Make sure that when you are alone, you will feel lonely, and you can, that team spirit must be there. When you move with a group of people, you are more powerful. If you are all alone, you are less powerful. So even when it comes to thinking, two brains are better than one. Okay, so make sure that you team up with people and involve in group activities, not being alone. The COVID-19 has bestowed upon us a different lifestyle, a life that is not quite used to. We are not used to this type of life. We used to have family life, extended family as well. But today, everything has been confined to a person, and his life is purely moving around maybe television, computer, and a mobile telephone. Okay, so involve yourself in group activities so that you will get back to the normal, usual style of life. And staying alone will create problem for you. And over the few years, or maybe for the last 50, 60 years, I have seen that family is being reduced to a simple family, in the sense we used to have extended family, in the sense that brothers and sisters used to live together, maybe in the same area, maybe in the same homestead. But today, one person in America, the other person in Canada, then another one is somewhere else, and they hardly meet. They only chat online, and life has become so mechanical and so cyberish, I must say. Completely automated. And this type of life will not give you the type of peaceful mind. Then the next point I would like to deal with you is help others by teaming up with people who have the same interests and better ideas. Help others. Suppose you can team up with people with the same interest. Okay, imagine that you have a different idea to start a new business or something, or you have some other decision, maybe to do something on your own. But I would recommend you, because when you are all alone, when the fortune doesn't favor you, you might fall into repression, you might commit even mistake, suicide, or you might lose money, and you might be on the wrong side of life. So I advise you to be with some group of people, so that you will develop that community life once again, teaming up people who have the same interest, teaming up in the sense that not teaming up with people who have different habits or different lifestyles, but people who you think will be beneficial to you, people who think they will have a better standard of life, who can contribute to your dreams. All these things must be taken care of, particularly when you mingle with or choose friends. Next is set aside a specific time for developing a small orchard. And when it comes to the protocol, we always think in terms of amassing money, going abroad, going to a university. People hardly think of making use of the resources back home here. Nobody thinks of being a farmer. Nobody thinks of being an artist. Nobody thinks of doing something other than the traditional job. Everybody is with a computer. Everybody wants to do their degree and master's abroad and migrate there. They want to be away from that. So set aside a specific time for developing a small orchard or a project. Let it be a green planet. We are here to enjoy not only the labors of our predecessors, but make sure we leave behind something for the next generation. That's important. So developing a small orchard or doing something for the next generation will also benefit you. And that is a moral responsibility as well. And keep the next point is keep your home and its surroundings neat and tidy from toxic substances. So we always have an artificial lifestyle. The material we use, the food we eat, everything is artificial. It's not, everything is preserved. Chemicals are added. The air we breathe is polluted. The water we drink is contaminated. And the food we treat, even the fruits. The other day, I think a few days ago, I bought an apple, which remained fresh as it was bought, maybe for about a month or so. I was wondering what was happening. Normal things will rot because it becomes part of the environment. But there are things now, everything is treated with chemicals, everything is artificial. So the artificial life won't last long. It doesn't give you the quality life. And keep your home and its surroundings neat and tidy from toxic substances. This is a green protocol, I must say. Make sure you use natural things. Avoid using chemicals. Avoid using preservatives. Avoid using artificial way of cultivation. Use natural things so that the air, the earth, and other things won't be polluted. Okay, next point I would like to deal with is promote an organic lifestyle. Promote an organic lifestyle. Organic lifestyle in the sense that we always think in terms of fast food, McDonald's, okay, then Kentucky. Everything is preserved. And we have so many other fast, we enjoy it because it is tasty. But I don't know how many of you are aware of the chemicals that are being used in preserving and making this even more colorful and tastier. They use unorthodox ways of nourishing or even preparing this food. So promote an organic lifestyle and food habits. Many of you like noodles and other things. Many of you like a hamburger or Kentucky or pizza because we have forgotten the homemade, natural organic food. And people say even eating something like leftover, maybe from the previous meal, is a shame or something. But that shouldn't be the case. Make sure you use something good for you and for the environment. Okay. And finally, I would like to say there are 3 things before I leave you today. That is, be positive, be pleasant, and be pragmatic. Be positive and be pleasant and be pragmatic. Only when you will be able to lead a peaceful life. So whatever we eat, whatever we drink, whatever we breathe, everything is polluted nowadays. There is chemicals are added to it. So the green protocol or the new lifestyle, you have to make sure that life or the earth is worth living. And we have another responsibility as well. It's not enough that we lived our life here, and we should make sure that we leave behind an earth good for the next generation as well. So eat to live, do not live to eat. Okay, so you make sure that you do your best in order to lead a green life. This is a rare opportunity for you to learn, even practice new things, so that not only your generation, the next generation will be healthy, and the planet Earth we live on will remain as strong as it has been for centuries or millennium. Okay, I think, Doctor, his time is almost up, and today I spoke on only the importance of the green living, and tomorrow probably I will touch on some of the responsibilities and activities we can undertake and develop this world into something worth living. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your very good presentation. I request Philip Robinson to propose vote of thanks.
Yes, sir. So very good evening to you all gathered here in the virtual platform. Today is the first day of the Green Ambassadors training program. And today we are very fortunate to have Professor Oman Varghese sir. Sir is a dedicated teacher who promote teaching practices, and he facilitate the human resource management with the commitment through the proverbs and sayings he used to narrate with the high expression. Thank you very much, sir. Especially the students of first batch of the student leadership program got benefited. Your program, in every program you are insisting the reading of Bible, especially in their own mother tongue along with English, to improve their communication skill. That is the basic for the Green Ambassadors. And you have given the points must be followed by the people, especially the address related to green and sustainable living. It is highly motivatable to the student. Thank you, sir, for the first day of this particular advice to the students. And once again, we thank you on behalf of the organizing team. And we thank all the Dyson Eco directors and directors, conveners, as well as the teacher coordinators for the rapid arrangement within the short span of time. We thank all the student participants. Actively you have participated, and high number of students. Thank you very much. One of you, I thank director and the Synod officials for this wonderful opportunity made for the students of Green Ambassadors, as well as students and teachers and lay people along with the clergy for this particular certificate program. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Tomorrow, one of the very important thing, and during this program, you have to join with video. Others won't get certificate. It is mandatory. And around 10 to 20 people join the program without video. So they won't get the certificate. So, Anpin Koshi, can you pray? Anpin
Yes,
Devan
sir.
Koshi. Yes.
Oh God, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this wonderful evening where we gathered here as Green Ambassadors. I thank you for this opportunity that you have given us for each and one of us. I thank you for this beautiful day, and I thank you for Oman Varghese sir for giving us this section. I thank you for Matthew Koshi sir for arranging us this opportunity. May your grace be on us. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. We are closing this session. Thank you very much. We will meet
Thank you very
tomorrow
much.
at
Thank
8.
you, sir.
Good night.
Thank you,
Night, everybody.
Thank you.